was one day in May of 2020, I got a voicemail on my phone. I'm listening. She's like, "Hi, Serena, just want to let you know that you received a scholarship." And I was literally like crying my eyes out. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was so happy that I decided to step out on faith and just believe in myself. So I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of Seeds of Hope. I told myself that I wouldn't have gone to college if I didn't have the financial assistance that I needed.
Seeds of Hope Scholars Program started over 15 years ago when we were helping some kids from vulnerable areas, but we began to notice that a lot of them just didn't make it to the end of college, except the ones that had a dream. And so we began to find kids in all these different areas who might not have had the resources they needed, but they had a big dream. And so what we began to do is come alongside these young students with a $5,000 a year scholarship for 4 years and some Christian mentoring, and they have knocked it out of the park. That was like the secret sauce to find kids who are world changers.
It helped me tremendously. First of all, the tuition-wise, like the extra $5K per year, that helps me a lot because it got my cost down to almost free, you know what I'm saying? So that helped me a lot. And being surrounded by a group of people that would help me along the process, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Our scholarship selection process comes from our 8 communities that we've identified in Charlotte through Moments of Hope Church. They will recommend students that they've seen that are on a path for college, so that is how they come to us, is from the recommendation of one of these neighborhood partners.
Seeds of Hope is really unique because it has such a holistic point of view, and I think being able to be a part of something like that is really special for the scholars. I know for me personally, sometimes it gave me a little bit of imposter syndrome walking into different spaces, whether it's like scholarship organizations or even in college. I didn't feel like I always belonged, and then having an organization that's really standing up and being like, no, like, we believe in you, we're investing in you, and then here's this room of people who also believe in you and your vision. I think that that's super important, and that type of support is something that just makes Seeds of Hope stand out.
As part of the interview process, we do ask about faith and the applicant's relationship with God, and it's amazing to see how mature some of these kids are in their relationship with God. It's humbling.
We've known a couple of the kids very well that have come through A Better World and through Seeds of Hope, get jobs, get started out on their own, and that the Seeds of Hope scholarship was instrumental in helping them get through college and pay for college.
My dream is to learn at least one language from each continent. I'm very fond of like just culture and language and traveling, so I hope to find a job that will allow me to communicate with people from all different kinds of backgrounds, hopefully bring them to Christ if possible, if they're willing, and just, you know, get out there and see the world.
The mentoring is some of these kids that are in college have mentors set up so that when they face some issues, when they get away from home, they can call a mentor if they'd like to and talk through a number of those things. And so it's a great situation for the kids. So the mentors are also growing through that relationship and learning when they're talking to the kids.
We have 3 different categories at Seeds of Hope. The first is a student that is 4-year college bound. They have the opportunity to receive a $20,000 scholarship. The check goes directly to the school once they are accepted and have a student ID, and it's $5,000 each year. The second category is a $5,000 scholarship, which is $2,500 each year directly paid to the trade school of their choice. We are very much getting involved in the trade school. We believe in it and hope to see more of that. The third category is the dream catcher. This is a student that we were very moved by, but they aren't ready to go to school yet.
Years ago, Laura and I were looking at starting our own nonprofit like Seeds of Hope until we discovered that our church in Maryland, Chadwick, had already started an organization called Seeds of Hope. And we immediately got involved, knowing how important it is for these kids to have access to scholarship money. It's life-changing.
So why would somebody want to give money to Seeds of Hope? First of all, 100% of the money goes to the scholar. There are no administrative costs, so you know that all of your money is going towards the cause, the true cause. And secondly, this is giving somebody an opportunity to improve themselves and for the rest of their life. And that will come back to the community And not only are you helping the student, but we're making our community stronger.
When you see a Seed Scholar giving back because it meant something to them, and they were given a boost, and that's really what we call these, is a boost, and they really are excited and invested in giving a boost to another. And so I think any investment in any of these scholars is an investment in not just the next years, but probably the next generations.
As a donor to Seeds of Hope, you have an opportunity to not only invest directly into the Charlotte community, but also change the life of a scholar and possibly change the life of their entire family for a generation. Give the gift of education to Seeds of Hope. Thank you.